Sound check 1 2. Sound check. La 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 hi, la 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 hi, la 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 hi re. La 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 hi, la 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 hi, la 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 hi re. Achanya begalama gore vare ka teri. 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 Manjatani amma manjatani manjatani pushpam palo amma samrani ma samrani mala penaungi ma jaya jaya ankal ma mala penaungi ma jaya jaya ankal ma. Devi are amma ka teri Meenashi are Bhadrakali usse save ankal ma jaya jaya Parameshwari usse save ankal ma jaya jaya Parameshwari. Lal lahi lal lahi lal lahi re lal lahi lal lahi lal lahi re. Achanya begalama gore vare ka teri. Achanya begalama gore vare ka teri. आरती उतारो फूला चढ़ावो का तेरी अम्मा आओ आशा बताओ गोरे वारे का तेरी आशा बताओ गोरे वारे का तेरी. लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही रे लाल लाही लाल लाही लाल लाही रे. Achanya begalama gore vare ka teri. Achanya begalama gore vare ka teri. Devi ma 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 Durga 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 ma श्री भुवनेश्वरी माँ जय जय दुर्गे माँ श्री भुवनेश्वरी माँ जय जय दुर्गे
This is sound 1, 2, sound check. This is sound 1, 2, sound check. Listen. This is sound 1, 2. This is sound 1, 2. This was song 1, 2. पालयमा अम्मा परमेश्वरी अखिलाधीश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालयमा अम्मा परमेश्वरी अखिलाधीश्वरी आदिपराशक्ति पालयमा दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्मति बेरिनी दुष्टनिशोधिनी दुर्गम्मा राविसभाषिणी राजनिचासिनी रातसतोषिणी ललितम्मा रातसतोषिणी ललितम्मा ई दुम 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 दुर्गा लब 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 ललिता दुम 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 दुर्गा
शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभु हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभु
Psalm 1, 2. बुरे श्रमापति महादेव की जय। आर शक्ति नौ दुर्गा माता की जय। बुरे श्रमापति महादेव की, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, बुरे श्री आर शक्ति नौ दुर्गा माता की। शुभ स्वागत and welcome to this evening's Sandhya. मेरे भक्त विभूतिस, this evening, of course, perform now puja and worship the respected Devis and Devatas. Once more again, we are about to begin a beautiful pravachan, a wonderful katha, taken from the golden pages of the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. This evening, before joining in our wonderful katha, let me take the opportunity to apologize for our late start this evening, due to, of course, a hectic day with puja and so forth. Reaching home a little bit late this evening, I had a little delay in, of course, commencing Pravachana Katha. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, at this time let us all stand as we join in our opening arati. As we clasp hands and bow heads, as we close the physical eyes, we surrender once more to the feet of Bhagavati Mata. Om Sajam Chavarati Samyuktim Vahinayojitamaya Deepagrihan Revasya Trilokyatiminapaham. O Maya suno meri Devi Parvatavasini Tera par na paya Tera par na paya. Suno meri Devi Parvatavasini Tera par na paya Tera par na paya. Suno meri Devi Parvatavasini Tera par na paya Tera par na. Bole Jagannath Mata ki. धन्यो भगत मया तेरे जगदम्बे माता की, आज शक्ति नव दुर्गा माता की, उमापति महादेव की, हर हर महादेव. My dear friends and devotees, you may have respectful seats. This evening, once more again, a beautiful pravachan and katha taken from the golden pages of the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. Journeying to that wonderful katha, I invite you all to please sit upright. Let us all draw our palms together. Let us close the physical eyes. As we grasp this opportunity this evening to surrender to the lotus-like feet of Bhagavan, as we grasp the opportunity once more to worship Devi Maya, to understand the greatness of this Devi, to understand the beautiful manifestations or forms of this Divine Mother. Ma, once more again this evening we thank you for a beautiful opportunity to serve you and to surrender to your lotus-like feet. Let us all pray. Oh, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Devi Ma, Durga Ma, Shakti Ma, हमें दया करो. श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः. श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Salutations to Pratham Deva Puja, the first deity to be worshipped. Mangala Murti Modya, the Lord of auspiciousness. Ganapati Baba, Gauri Putra, the son of Gauri Maya, Lord Ganesh. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirviganam Gurume Deva, Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Gajananam Bhutaganari Sevitam, Kapita Jambu Palasara Vakshatam, Umasutam Sukavinashakarakam, Namami Viganeshwara Harapankajam. Om Chamundaye Vikje Namaha. Salutations to Bhagwan Shankar. Today is Thursday, a day specially dedicated for the worship of Lord Shiva. Wherever there is Shiva, there is Durga. And wherever there is Durga, there is Shankara. Hara Hara Jai Shankara. Oh, everybody together. Hara Hara. Om Hara Hara. Hara Hara Jai Shankara. Om Hara Hara. Hara Hara Jai Shankara. Om Hara Hara. Bhagwan Shankar is the destroyer of lust, greed, anger and hatred. The one who bestows the blessing of peace, love, happiness and togetherness. As we pray to Bhagwan Shankar, Bhagwan, may you fill our hearts, our homes, our mandir, our workplaces, this universe with peace, with love, with happiness and togetherness. Nagendrahara Yatrilochanaya Bhasmangaraya Yamaheshwaraya Nittaya विबुधाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय. Everybody, हर हर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर. ओम हर हर कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम सदा वसंतम हृदयानि वृंदे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि. हर हर जय शंकर. ओम हर हर ओम हर हर ओम हर 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 जय शंकर. ओम. Salutations to Bhagavati Mata. Salutations to Durga Mata. Sarvamangalamangaliye Shive Sarvata Sarike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namosatute. Om Chamundaye Vichay Namaha. Together we surrender to the feet of Devi Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma. Victory to the Divine Mother Theories. Together we chant with love, with devotion, as we prepare the journey to the depths of our wonderful scriptures. Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma. Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma. Everybody. Jai Jai Ambe. Jai Jai Ambe. Let us try to clap hands now. Let us clap. Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma. 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 या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गा रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वती रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मी रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ. जय जय अम्बे भवानी. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ. 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 ओ जय जय अम्बे Pure Jagadamba Mata Ki. Shub Swagatam and welcome once more to this evening's Sandhya. Let me say Swagatam to all those joining with us via our live stream tonight on Media Concepts 29 Facebook and YouTube channel, also on my Facebook page as well. Swagatam to all those joining with us this evening in Pravachan and worship. To all those joining with us at the Mandir, Bhagavan's choicest blessings to you as well. This evening also joining with us, we have our wonderful sister Jennifer Ji, and of course her husband Rajkumar Ji, Amrita, and Bhaiya Ram joining with us this evening. Also Pavir and the other members of our group that have been joining with us night after night. My dear friends and devotees, it is said that the 88,000 rishis and munis gathering together at Mainisharanya, they are asking of the great and learned sage Sutaji Maharaj to tell to them about the greatness of the various forms of this Devi, this mother who is called Jagat Janani Maya. Jagat Janani means the universal mother. They are asking, tell us about the greatness of this Devi. When we learn about and when we listen about the greatness of the Devi, even our faith in Devi Maya becomes much more powerful and great. When we listen to the greatness of the Devi, we learn even more about the worship of this Divine Mother. Because Durga worship or worship of the Devi is not limited to just one worship. Why? She is universal. She has taken various manifestations from time to time to rid the earth from all evil. And every manifestation and every form that the Devi takes is for a different purpose and a different reason. This is why you will see so many Devis surrounding us tonight. Each of these Devis serve a different purpose, gives a different darshan, and is worshipped differently, my dear friends. But it all leads back to that Supreme Devi, Jagat Janani Maya. Who is Jagat Janani Maya? Durga Bhavani. My dear friends, Sutaji Maharaj says, salutations to your Divine Mother. He says, once there lived a beautiful family that will worship the Devi day after day and night after night. And this family had a child, this young couple, very poor indeed. But they had a child, little daughter. And as time is going by, she's very ill. From the time of birth, she would always become ill, and she's always with a lot of medical complaints and complications. This Devi that they worship, Durga Maya, they had utmost faith in her. And from the very birth of this child, from the very birth of this child, with so many medical complications, they didn't give up in Devi Maya. If you worship God day after day, and you got a child into your life, and that child is faced with many medical complications, what would you do? Many of us will begin to quarrel with God. God, you mean to say I pray to you, and you will bless me with a child with so many complications? We are humans, and this is how the human mind thinks sometimes. Or for instance, you're born with a child and the child well hardened, Jai Bhagwan. What would they say? God, you mean to say that is the child you will give me? But this young couple didn't say such. Instead, they will go before the Murti of Devi and they will pray. What is the prayer that they are praying? Sutaji Maharaj Boli, he tells to us this evening. Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Sri Durga Sharanam Mama, Devi Sri Durga Sharanam Mama. With tears flowing from their eyes, they said, Maya, my child is sick. But Devi, today I offer gratitude to you and I thank you for a child in my life. This is what I asked for, a child, and this is what you granted me, a child. Despite she is faced with many medical complaints and complications, Ma, I know that you will take care of her. I know that with your blessing, oh Ma, with your blessing, she will overcome these complications. How many of us have so many faith in Devi? That if something goes wrong, even if we are faced with medical complications, we say, Ma, I have faith in you, Ma. By your darshan, by your blessing, I will overcome these complications. Instead, how many of us quarrel with God and say, God, you mean to say I pray to you and yet I have heart complaint. I get diabetes. You know I pray to you. I'm going yagna night after night and you give me high blood pressure. I can't wait. Devi, my dear friends, these parents, they go before Devi and they say, Ma, I know that with your blessing, they will overcome this situation. When we are faced with situations in our lives, whether it be medically, financially, or whatever situation, have faith in Devi. Have faith in God. Have faith in your prayer. Surrender to Devi and ask for her blessing. Have faith that one day to come, you will overcome this situation. And so they pray. And whilst they pray, they glorify Devi. Rupa karahi kalika. They say, Ma, Rupa karahi kalika. You take the form of Kali, Maya, the destructive one, Ma, may destroy the sickness in my child. And as they are performing this vrat, they are praying, Ma, if there's anything that I should be doing, or if there's something that I am doing wrong, Ma, show me. Tell me, O Devi. If there is a vrat that I should perform, Ma, despite how intense it may be, Maya, with your blessing, O Ma, I will try my best to perform this vrat. And so, as the father stays there and he prays, the mother surrenders to the feet of Devi Maya, tears flows from her eyes. And what she says, Katha does to us. Rupa karehe kalika, sing sahitya tuma siddha samhara, parabrahara sanachara jaba, bari sahayata matu bhavani, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Devi Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Om Maya Shri Durga Sharanam Mama, Devi Shri Durga Sharanam. Bure Jagarambe Mata ki. Ma, if there's anything I should be doing more, tell me. Instead, what we just do, God, I'm doing so much for you already. Bhagwan, I'm doing so much for you already. And this is what you will bless me with, and this is what we say. But how many times do we go before the Devi like these parents and say, Maya, if I am doing something wrong, ma, show me. Ma, if there's something more that I should be doing, ma, show me. Instead, when things go wrong in our lives, how many of us take responsibility for it? If your left foot started hurt you, how many of us will say, you know why this foot hurting? I just walk in the cold tile early in the morning. And how many of us will say, you see the neighbor next door, them are like me, you know. I already see a fire sitting in front by the gate. And if it's not the neighbor, well then it's somebody in the house. How many of us, when things happen in our lives, we begin to blame everybody else around us? And if you had nobody around you, well, the poor dog get blamed. And how many of us just take blame for ourselves? How many of us, instead of complaining to God, say, God, tell me, where did I go wrong? Show me, because sometimes you don't understand where you went wrong. If there is something more I should be doing, God, show me. Tell me. And so, this is what she's praying. And as she lies before the Murti of Devi, surrendering herself, tears stream from her eyes. She falls asleep. She's tired. She has a sick child. So day after day, night after night, she's waking. She's tired. As she lies before the Murti of Devi, surrendering herself, her mind, her body, her soul to the Devi, she falls asleep at the feet of Devi. And while she lies there, something very beautiful takes place. While she lies there, my dear devotees and bhaktas, a voice begins to speak to her. And while this voice speaks to her, whom is this Devi? How many of us, when we go to sleep, we dream certain things? And when you get up in the morning, we are amazed by what we dream. We go to sleep and sometimes we dream that we are doing Devi Puja, or we dream we are offering Devi Jal, or we dream that we are performing some sort of vrat or puja that we are not even aware of. What does that mean? This is how Devi talks to us. Bhagwan, you wouldn't see Sri Ram walking with a bow and arrow in the road, unless it's Ramlila. You wouldn't see Lord Shiva with a snake around his neck coming to tell you something. Neither would you see Durga Maya upon a lion riding coming to tell you, babe, this is what you should do. Bhagwan talks to us in different ways. Sometimes through dreams. Not when you eat plenty food and you go to sleep and dream one set of rubbish. Devi Maya talks to us. Bhagwan speaks to us through dreams sometimes. Sometimes God talks to us through others. Because sometimes we are faced with some situation and somebody will come and begin to talk to you and you want to know if that person knows your business. No, I'm not talking about the people in High Street, San Fernando. Because I remember one day walking in High Street and a man come and he told me, you have plenty of obstacles in your path. And he said, well, somebody close to you doing something. I said, for real? He said, yes. And you have to do, I forget what dosh, some kind of puja, I have to do 5 puja. 150 for 1 puja and 500 is he fee. I said, all right, I'll call you the next day. When you're walking down High Street and Shogunas, you'll see they come out. Not them, them don't come to talk on behalf of God. That's our business. Remember, we live in Kali Yuga. Always remember that. But sometimes somebody will genuinely speak to you and tell you something to motivate you, or something concerning the situation or question that you had asked God, and it comes to you as an answer, solution. This is how God talks to you. Or sometimes you're doing something and something just tells you, but that something is your spirit, your soul, your guidance within you tells you, listen, this evening, go and light your diya. Do a little job for Hanumanji. You just get that feeling. Don't ignore it, my dear friends. This is God talking to you, guiding you because of your devotion, guiding you on the right path, maybe to prevent something from happening to you. This is how God talks to us. Sometimes we just get that feeling, you know what, it's time to do our puja for this year. Take that guidance. Do your puja. Do your worship. This is how God talks to you. As she lies there, heavenly voice begins to speak to her through her dream. Who is this? This is the voice of Devi Maya is speaking to her. What does the Devi say? We listen to the medium of Katha. Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani, 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 Amma Bhavani Jagadamba Bhavani, Amma Bhavani Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani. Kahahi kara sohana mahi, vidalam kota chalata vigani. Kaharahi ka soha bhavani, vidalam kota chalata vigani. Karamake ka paravicharani, kapalameya paravicharani. Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani. The voice says, my child, within the upcoming period of the Naurati, I want you to perform a special verse. On the very beginning of the Naurati vrat, I want you to commence worship to me, Durga Maya. And whilst you worship me, to remove the sickness, the illness of this child, which this Atma, this soul has taken birth through its karma. When you see somebody born with different illness and complications, it is because of their karma. When you see people born into poverty, it is because of your karma. Everything that happens to us in this birth, it is because of our karma. Because we are here to pay for what? For our karma from our previous births. But, my dear friends, through the medium of devotion, through the medium of trending the path of dharma or righteousness, we could eliminate, burn away some of these karma through devotion, through japa. Devi Maya says when one is born with medical complications, with various forms of illness, diseases and sickness, she says, oh child, within that period of the Naurati Vrata, I want you to worship me. But as you perform my worship and my devotion, I want you to offer a very beautiful offering to me, which is the Nimbu Pal. What is the Nimbu Pal? Anybody knows Nimbu? Anybody know Nimbu? Hare Bhagwan. Lime, my dear friends. Have you ever seen Devi Puja being performed and lime being offered? Whenever you see Durga Puja being performed, certain types of Devi Puja, you will realize that lime is being offered. Once I went to perform a puja and a lady said, Baba, are you young Pundit well adding things to the puja? I said, how? She said, I see you offering 9 lime to the Devi now. I said, Moi, that in the scripture from since 19 whatever or whatever year. Whatever year you're born and whatever year the scripture was written, that in the scriptures. So what you are supposed to be doing, some homework, read the scriptures, ask a question. When you see something being done, what should we do? Ask a question. Don't condemn, don't criticize, but ask a simple question. My devotees and bhaktas, she says, take the Nimbu pal and offer this Nimbu pal. How do we offer the Nimbu, the lime to Devi? Katha tells to us. Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba, Amma Bhavani Jagadamba Bhavani, Amma Bhavani Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba Bhavani, Jai 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 Jagadamba. Pure Jagadamba Mata ki. She says in Nimbu pal or the lime is offered in Durga Puja. But Devi Maya says within the period of Naurati, during the period of Naurati, whilst you perform Durga Puja and whilst you worship Devi Maya, each night of the Naurati Vrat is dedicated to a different form of Devi Ma. Each night of the Naurati Vrat is dedicated to a different form of the Devi. And whilst we grasp that opportunity to worship the 9 forms of the Divine Mother, Devi Maya says, on the 7th day, 7th Titi, the 7th night of the Naurati Vrat, you offer the Nimbu pal to whom? To Kali Maya. But in your situation, whilst Kali Mata brings the destruction of many things in your life, to remove illness, you worship that divine Devi, Kali Mata, but in another form. What is another form of Kali Maya? She says, begin your worship, and the Devi will come to you on the 7th Titi. How do we worship during Naurati? We get up in the morning, perform our purification, and we'll offer our Durga Dhar in our triangle hole of the Chandi, which is leaf over the Gobar, and there we light the Kampa and offer our Durga Dhar. I remind you that when you offer your Durga Dhar in the hole, please the next morning or the same evening clean the hole before you offer again. You wouldn't like to eat in a dirty plate, right? Sometimes you see people offer whole 9 days in one hole with dry flowers, melting flowers, Jai Shri Ram. Clean the hole, repay it back, and prepare for your worship. Cleanliness is next to, or you well know that one. My dear friends, we will light that diya to Devi Maya. We will offer a coconut, and day after day we will worship the coconut. And on the 10th day we will burn that coconut. And every day we worship the different form of the Divine Mother in Durga Devi's name. Some may worship 3 days for Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Devi Bhagavad teaches us that in Durga worship, each day a different form of the Devi's worship. Shaila Putri, Brahmachari, Chandraganta, Kush Mandika, Skanda Mata, Kal Ratri, Katyayani Mata, Mahagauri, now Sri Datri Mata, Durga Maya. We worship the 9 forms of the Divine Mother. On the 7th Titi, she says, the Devi Kali Maya will come in a form to you. And do not worry, you'll be guided throughout the Naurati. Whenever we are performing Vrat, she begins the Vrat on the Naurati. But as she begins the Vrat, the child begins to get even more sick. Have you ever noticed when you begin a devotion, things sometimes get more bad? When you begin a devotion, all the obstacles is coming your path. Everything has come one after the next. And then what has happened? You study if you're doing the correct thing. That is when your faith is a little bit weak. So don't question. Because this is how God begins to test our faith. So do not give up. Have faith. She doesn't give up. Instead of the child begins to get more sick, she takes her to the Murti. Maya, please help me. And so, the days are coming up. And one day again, she doesn't sleep. But as she sits there, for a mere moment, her eye closes. And the Devi speaks to her again. She says, my child, on the 7th Titi, I want you to go to the peepal tree. In that Ratri in the night. And I want you to take your Parsad offering, your lapsi suhari, your pal, your fruits, your mita bhat, your sweet rice, and all of your offerings, your sindur, your saffron, your kamfa, your clove. As you know, in Durga Puja, clove is very important. Your jaipal, you must offer jaipal. What is jaipal? Nutmeg. Jai means victory and pal means fruit, the fruit of victory. This is why the nutmeg, if you look before our Durga Murti, the nutmeg is placed, the jaipal is placed there and offered. She says, take these offerings, but do not forget your Nimbu pal. And so the Devi says, I want you to make a mala of the Nimbu pal. The mala must have either 9 limes, 18, 21, or 108. So whenever we are making a lime mala to offer to the mother, it must have 9, 18, 21, or 108 Nimbu. She says, I want you on that night to take the jaipal, light the kamfa, 9 kamfa, and place the jaipal as offerings to me. As the jaipal burns, your problems will be burnt as well. Victory will be yours, but have faith. She says, when you go under this peepal tree on the 7th Titi, on the Ratri, the night, the Devi will be waiting there for you. Take this child with you. But she says, one of the most important offerings that you will make on this night, take the Nimbu and create a Nimbu Deepam, a diya with a line that will be offered to this Devi. She gets the lime and she begins to prepare. How do you prepare the mala for Devi? We will wash the lime firstly with hardi and sindur and water, purifying it. And then we will string it very beautifully. Sometimes because of love, we will put flowers in it too. We will put neem leaves in it and so forth, out of our love and devotion. In certain pujas, the Kali Maya, the chili pepper is also offered in this mala in southern India, to ward off when you are affected by evil and so forth. That is another katha. She begins to create the Nimbu Deepam and she places it in Atari. How do you prepare the Nimbu Deepam? We will learn that in a little moment. She takes 9 lines and she carries also to offer to the Devi. She begins to worship. But while she goes there, and she goes in the Ratri and she goes beneath this tree, she's feeling a presence. Before we go further in Katha, long time people used to say what? On that people trees have what? Jambi and Jai Shri Ram. According to Bhagavad, every leaf in the people tree, a different Devi and Devta resides in it. Within the people tree, Ashwata Devta resides. And when you go under the people tree and you perform certain pujas, Graha Shanti Puja, Kateri Mata Puja, Kali Maya Puja, certain pujas, Hanuman Swami, Shankar Bhagwan puja, under the pipal tree, Bhagwan Sri Krishna puja, it brings so many merit punya. According to the puja, different punya, different merits you gain from your puja. When someone cannot have a child, you will go under the pipal tree and you perform Kateri Mata Puja. When someone is affected by sickness, you will go under the pipal tree and perform Kateri Mata Puja. When someone is affected by evil, you will perform Kali Mata Puja. The villages long ago will perform Kali Mai Bhik, singing around the village and collecting little donation to go under the pipal tree and perform Kali Mata Puja for what? For the protection of the village. And long ago you could leave your front door open and go and sleep, nobody are coming. These things die out now. When we have our Graha Puja to perform, we go under the pipal tree or we go by the sea, the river and perform it. We do not do Graha Shanti Puja in your house. Today we see people that do that. According to the book, you don't do Graha Puja in your house. There are certain place and time for everything. My dear devotees and bhaktas, she goes under the pipal tree and she feels an energy. She feels the presence of someone. When you go under the pipal tree and you feel the presence of somebody, it is the Devis and the Devatas waiting for you. Because that is where they reside to. It's not no boat and no pisach coming there. It is said according to Garu Puran, within the period of the Pitri Paksh, the Devatas leave the tree and the Pitras comes. So during the Pitri Paksh time, when you go under the pipal tree and you perform Shraddha, if someone has died untimely, Narayan Bali Shraddha is performed there for liberation to the soul. How great is that pipal tree? But long time people used to tell you, don't plant pipal tree close to your house because they had jambi. But it's not that. The pipal tree root does grow bigger and it does crack up your floor in your house. This is why long ago you will plant the pipal tree a great distance away from houses and buildings, not jambi. But when we listen to they say and them say and who say, when they have Shani Graha, they run go under the tree to do the puja. That time we do have jambi. My dear friends, educating ourselves about Sanatan Dharma and not fearing our holy trees and pujas. She goes under the tree, she feels this presence, and what she does, she lights the camphor. And she says, Ma, I know you are here. Devi, accept my worship. She spreads a piece of cloth on the ground. She tikes it with the hardi and the sindur. And there she begins to light her diyas, 9 diyas. She places 9 pan leaf with akshutam rice grains. Places the jaipal upon it. And she begins to worship the Divine Mother. As she worships, she takes the Nimbu mala, places it upon the image of Durga Maya. And there she places the 9 Nimbu Deepam. And as she lights it, she performs arti. But while she's arti, her eyes are closed. And tears is flowing from her eyes. Ma, I don't understand what I am doing. But this is what you instructed me to do. And with faith in you, Ma, I know I will become successful. Sometimes, my dear friends and devotees, God will guide us. The gurus will tell us to do certain vrat. We may not understand the purpose of it now, but once it's devotion to God, do not even question it. Just do it with faith. Do it with faith. Understand what you are doing. It's good to understand what you are doing. But sometimes if it's difficult to understand, just do it with love. Once it's the correct thing. Once it's God-like. And so, she holds the now Nimbu Deepam and she offers arti. And while she artis, she prays to the Devi. Suno mere Devi Parvata Vasane Tera Parana Omeyaje. What she says, Suno mere Devi. Ma, May you listen to my prayer. And tears flow from my eyes as she holds the diya and she does Aarti Ma. In our lives, we surrender to God. How many of us just go before God and ask God to help from your heart? Not help you to get material things. How many of us just go and ask God for just simply good health and strength? Somebody asked me one day, Baba, what you just pray for? You always pray. It's a very silly answer. Nothing. Not one thing I have ever asked the Devi for. When you go before God with love and devotion, Bhagwan knows your heart's desire. And when you have that blessing of the Divine Mother, that darshan, what more do you desire in this world? Nothing more. Because the Devi will always provide for you, my dear friends. The Devi will always provide for you. She lies there and tears flowing from her eyes. Ma, help me. Help me, O Ma. You are Durga, you are Kali, Maya. You are so powerful. What does she pray? Namo, Namo, Ambe Sukha Karane. Namo, Namo, Ambe Dukha Harane. Jai Ambe, Jagarambe Ma. Jai Ambe, Jagarambe Ma. May you remove all of my sorrow. And may you bless me with happiness now. What will bring happiness to her? To see her child. Ask yourself, what brings happiness to you? What do you think is happiness in your life? Ask yourself that question. As she prays, the Divine Mother manifests herself. Jai Durga, Jai Jai Durga. Jai Durga Jagadambe Durga Kali Ma. Jai Jai Jagadamba Tu Shiravali Ma. Ma Jai Ma. Ma Devi Ma. Ma Jai Ma. Ma Kali Ma. Jai Durga. Jai Jai Durga. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kali Rupina Samstita. Namastase, 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Ganga Rupina Samstita. Namastase, 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 Namo Namah. Jai Durga. Jai Jai Durga. Jai Durga Jagadambe Durga Kali Ma. Jai Jai Jagadamba Shiravali Ma. The Divine Mother stands there, but as she stands there in the form of Kali Maya, from the third eye of Kali Mata, my dear friends, it is getting dark, it's getting late. The husband knows that his wife is praying to the Divine Mother under his pipal tree. He goes in search of her and he holds the child in his hand. And as he holds his child in his hand and he goes, my dear friends, to the pipal tree, from the third eye of Kali Mata, a small form of the Divine Mother manifests. Dark in complexion, my dear friends. Who is this mother? She holds a katura in her hand. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupina Samsita. Namastase, 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 Namo Namah. Jai Durga. Jai Jai Durga. The Divine Mother, my dear friends, she holds the two leaves and she begins to carry the child. She takes the Nimbu, the lime, and she bites that lime and she begins to carry. She holds in now Nimbu Deepam, the 9 lime of Kateri Maya that is offered. And she begins to arti this child. It is said that the lime, the Nimbu, my dear friends, destroys all negative energy. The offering of the lime to the form of the Divine Mother, Kateri Mata, brings good health to us. Offering the now Deepam of the Nimbu removes our negative energy in the form of sickness, diseases, and all forms of illness when offered to the Divine Mother. And so, this mother takes the Nimbu Mala and she places it around the neck of Kateri Maya. She begins to take that Divine Mother, and as she offers Parsad to the Devi, my dear friends, she begins to offer Arti. Salutations, Oma. The child who looked pale. We have different Devis and Devatas to lift us out of every problem in our life. But whenever we go before God, in whichever form, we must have faith and confidence, such as his mother. She begins to offer gratitude. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Devi Rupina Samsita Namasase 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupina Samsita Namasase 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 Namo Namah. Jai Durga. Jai Jai Jagadamba. Whenever you go before the Devi, go honestly, with faith and confidence, and surrender to her lotus-like feet. It is said even impossible becomes possible through the medium of prayer. And so this child who will cry day after day, night after night, the child begins to laugh, this child begins to play. This child is all well and good. Why? Because of the blessing of the Divine Mother, who took the root or the form of Kateri Mata, the mother who rids us of all sickness, the one who grants us good health. All of the offerings now she's instructed to take it where? To the Ganga, to the sea. Whenever we perform Kateri Mata Puja, it is always performed together with Ganga Maya Puja. And whenever we do Kateri Mata Puja, all of the offerings are placed into the Ganga. Even the Parsad, we don't partake of it. And when we pick up the offerings from Kateri Mata, we use our left hand. Why? Especially when cleaning the mandir, I always teach my devotees, when you reach by Kateri Mata, take everything with your left hand. Because many devotees will come and make your offerings, your oblations to the Devi, and of course pray for what? For the removal of your sickness, etc. This is why we do not partake of the Parsad, because when we offer Parsad, we hold it and we pray. When we go to Hanumanji, Baba bless me with strength. But when we go to Kateri Mata, we pray for the removal of all sickness. So whatever is offered there, we place it in the Ganga. Kateri Mata and Ganga Maya works hand in hand. This is why you will see Kateri Puja is sometimes done at the sea together with Ganga Mata Puja. So all jarring, etc. will take place and everything remains at the sea, my dear friends. Ganga Mata will take all of the sickness, etc. So within the period of Naurati, the Devi, who is so great, so powerful, we are within the 7th Titi tonight. And the 7th Titi will end tomorrow at 1:58 p.m. And then the Ashtami Titi begins at 2:30, which will go into Saturday. So you will hear some people say tomorrow is Ashtami Titi, and some will celebrate on Saturday morning. It's not wrong. The Titi crosses over like that. And then Naumi Titi will begin on Saturday and end on Sunday. And then the Vijaya Dashami Titi, the 10th Titi, will go from Sunday into Monday. So this is how the Naurati is calculated, and we get 10 lunar days for this year. So we are still fortunate and we are still able now to offer our Nimbu Deepam. The Nimbu Deepam is where we take that lime and we will cut the lime in half. Cutting the lime in half, we will of course hold the lime and turn it backwards so the skin goes inside. Why? Devi Bhagwat teaches us that the green part of the skin represents the Mahamaya of this world. And when the skin of the lime burns, it releases a fumes, a beautiful scent that cleanses and purifies your aura and surrounding. This Nimbu pulp, if you were to take the lime and you put it by fire, you will see the little thing begin to spray out. Isn't that so? The lime skin is just like the what? The orange skin. When you're small, you used to take the orange skin and do what? Run by your cousin and them and squeeze it. And so the lime skin, likewise, there's a juice that removes negative energy. The bhatti is placed and the ghee is placed inside of there. And when this is lit, it creates a wonderful aroma that pleases the Devi, grants good health, and purifies your aura and your surrounding. And this is now offered to the Divine Mother in the form of Durga, Kali or Kateri Maya. Aarti is done with this. And it's taken throughout the home for purification. Whenever you're at home and you feel uneasy, you make one of this and you light it in your home and leave it let it burn. It is the Nimbu Deepam that is offered not only during the period of Naurati, but throughout. Sometimes, according to our problems, Baba might give you 9 weeks devotion to offer 9 of these to the Divine Mother. And trust me, I have seen it work in miracles. Miracles. And so, this Deepam is very powerful and very important. And this is why our scriptures teaches us about this offering that should be made. Sanatan Dharma has an answer for everything, has a solution for everything in our lives. And so this evening, whilst we perform Arati with this, and whilst we worship the Divine Mother, I invite you all to stand and let us clasp our hands together. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namam Jagadamba ki karo aarati Devi Ma ki karo aarati Ma Jagadamba ki karo aarati. Everybody with love. Jagadamba ki karo aarati Devi Ma ki karo aarati Ma Jagadamba ki karo aarati Devi Ma ki karo aarati. Bode Jagadambe Mata ki. Let us all remain standing for our final Purnamahuti offering. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamurachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnavam Shanti Swaha. Achman Sarva Papaharam Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Mayaratam Grihanam Parameshwara. We found the fire. Vanaspatira Sura Bhuto Yogan Yugan Yudama Agrahan Sarvrivanam Dupam Samarpayami. That's what it says. Om Bhurvasvaha Tat Savitura Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodaya. Bude Jagadambe Mata ki. At this time we offer coconuts. The Hanumanji firstly we pray. The embodiment of strength. As we pray to Lord Hanumanji today, Let us grasp this opportunity to surrender to the feet of Lord Hanuman, the embodiment of strength. Let us pray and ask Hanuman Swami to remove any negative energy that surrounds us, to grant us the blessing of good strength and health. Hanuman Chalisa says, Nasa Heruga Hare Sabapira Japatani Ratana Hanumata Vira. The one who glorifies Hanumanji, chants his name, he removes all sickness and diseases. So great is the name of Hanumanji. Lal deh lali lase arudhari rad rangur Bhadra deh lan varalam Jai 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 Kapisur Yatra Yatra Raghunath Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kirtamasya Kanchalam Vaspari Paripurna Lochanam Marudirityam Raksha Sankasham Gure Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Guru Deva ki Nai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Guru Deva ki Nai Guru Deva ki Nai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Rama Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Jai Rama Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Kar Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Mahavira Swami ki. This time my reference to the devotees. We hold this sacred coconut as we pray to Kal Bhairav Baba, the eighth Rudra of Lord Shiva, the Lord who destroys all negative energy, the one who grants justice wherever there is injustice, the one who grants protection. Om Rim Badukaya Padvaranaya Kuru Kuru Badukaya Hrim Om Namah Shivaya Om Chau Satyogini Bhavan Sivir Bhasta Sibayru Hring Shring Durga Kavach Devutaya Namah Om Sri Kala Bhairavari Utaya Namo Namah. Bole Kal Bhairav Baba ki, Kal Bhairav Baba ki. Mero Bhairav Baba, Kali Mata Lale Kahai. Mero Bhairav Baba, Kali Mata Lale Kahai re. Kali Mata Lale Kahai re, Kali Mata Lale Kahai re. Mero Bhairav Baba, Kali Mata Lale Kahai. Kal Bhairav Bhagwan ki. Namah Shivaya Shantaya Bam Bhairav Baba. Namah Shivaya Shantaya Bam Bhairav Baba. Bhairav Baba Bam Bhairav Baba Bam Bhairav Baba. Bhairav Baba Bam Bhairav Baba Bam Bhairav Baba. Namah Shivaya Prabhu Namah Shivaya Shantaya Bam Bhairav Baba. Namah Shivaya Shantaya Bam Bhairav Baba. At this time we pray to Devi Maya. And once we pray to Devi Mao Maya, may you accept our offering together. For those at the mandir, for those joining with us from the comfort of your homes, your workplaces, wherever you are, let us all pray together. Om Dum Durgaye Namah. Om Aim Hrim Grim Chamundaye Vikchaye Namo Namah. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sarike Shiranye Triyambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhuta Praharani जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते मरुकैतव द्रवा देवी वररात्रि वरदे नमः रूपं देहिं जयं देहि यशो देहि द्वशो देहि न तात्रो न माता न बन्धु न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भ्राता न जय न विद्या न भृत्यो न माता गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वम् एकं भवानी ओम व्रतं शैलापुत्री च द्वैत्यं ब्रह्मचारिणी द्वैत्यं चन्द्रगन्धिति कुष्मण्डिता चुष्टुकं पंचमं स्कन्दमातिथि षष्ठमं कत्यायिनी च सप्तमं कालरात्रिति महागौरी च अष्टकं नौ श्रीरात्रि च नौ दुर्गा प्रकृतं नौ दुर्गा प्रकृतं नौ दुर्गा प्रकृतं बोले जगदम्बे माता की जगदम्बे माता की जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे आदि शक्ति माँ जगत की जननी रंजनी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे जय देवी महाकाली रे काली मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा चम्मा शिवधात्री स्वाहा सदा नमोस्तुते जय देवी महाकाली रे 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 जय देवी बोले काली माता की नौ दुर्गा माता की Dear friends and devotees, those who wish to come and offer your arti at this time, you can do so very orderly and receive the blessings of Devi whilst our main shrota joy lead us in our final arti this evening. Om Yani Tani Japabani Janma Hritatani Cha Tani Tani Vrashyanti Prakshana Prade Pare Omaya Suno Meri Devi Parvata Vasini तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया जगदम्बे माता की good love good devotion let us clap. Let us sing, let us glorify the Divine Mother this evening. Pan supari dvaja nariyala Pan supari dvaja nariyala Re tere beet charaya Re tere beet charaya Suno mori devi parvat vasini Tera par राज सभाया कलयुगराज अम्बा मंगल की सेवा सुन मोरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वारे करे मंगल की सेवा काली माता की धन्यो भगत मैं तेरे गुण गावे धन्यो भगत मैं तेरे गुण गावे मनवांचित फल पाया मनवांचित फल पाया बोलो मंगल की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वारे करे मंगल की सेवा जगदम्बे माता की नौ दुर्गे माता की बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो शक्ति भवानी अम्बे बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो शक्ति भवानी बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो काली ओ बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी द्रौपदी बन है वे यहाँ आरती द्रौपदी बन है वे यहाँ आरती मोहन भोग लगाया ओ मोहन भोग लगाया बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो दुर्गा ओ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे अम्बे जय जगदम्बे सुहा चोर तेरे अंग विराजे सुहा चोर तेरे अंग विराजे केसरी तिलक लगाया वो केसरी तिलक लगाया बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे माँ काली भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो काली भवानी अम्बे माँ काली भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पारण मैया जी जय जय अम्बे माँ pitch with you माँ as we conclude our devotion Maya we take this final opportunity this evening to once more surrender to your lotus like feet. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय a little bit louder जय जय अम्बे जय जय अम्बे जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ 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 जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, 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 ओ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, 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 जय जय अम्बे भवानी, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे. To the lotus feet of Devi. Jagat Janani Jai Jai Ma Jagat Janani Jai Jai Beharini Bhavatarini Bhava Bhamini Jai Jai Ma Bhava Bhamini Jai Jai Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Cha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Tvameva Sarvam Hari Om Shanti शांति शांति हरि ओम. बुरे गणेश भगवान की, भैरव बाबा की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, नौ दुर्गा माता की, कत्यारी माँ की, बुरे काली माता की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. You may have your respectful seats. It is time that we thank this evening our wonderful Srota Ravi ji, not Ravi ji from the Kendra. Is it our Ravi ji? And of course, I would like to say a special thank you to Vasha and her family as well, joining with us this evening. And of course, I would like to offer gratitude for her for, of course, all that she has done to ensure that today's devotion is possible. To Shiva, Bhagwan's blessings to both of you. This evening also, let me take the opportunity to offer gratitude once more to Bhai Kishan and Media Concepts 29 for taking our devotion throughout the world to the homes of many devotees and bhaktas. May Devi Ma richly bless you, and of course, may she continue to guide you. Special thanks as well to Jennifer ji, Raj Kumar ji, Amrit Lochan, and of course to Uncle Ram joining with us this evening, Pravir, Nirmal, Suraj, Nandita, Nirmala. Wow. We have a small stage, but it's extra full. Bhagwan blessings to you guys. And of course to all you wonderful devotees and bhaktas joining with us this evening. I see members of the Karata Mandir, Charleville Mandir and other Mandirs joining with us this evening. Devi Mata blessings to each and every one of you. I know some of you devotees didn't yet get the opportunity to come forward and receive the darshan of the Devi. Feel free to come offer your arti and simply take that darshan of Devi. We only have 3 nights remaining of devotion, so grasp that opportunity to worship and of course to join in prayer. On Sunday night, however, we will have Kanyakumari Puja. Those who wish to bring your offerings to the Kumaris, you can do so. Also, on that night we will have offerings to Devi Maya, and we will be commencing at 7 p.m. until. So we will terminate the puja part at 9, and after that we'll continue, so that who would like to leave and go home, maybe who have to go to work, etc. But our devotion continues throughout the night, and at 6 a.m. on Monday morning, we will leave the mandir for Visarjan of the Divine Mother. So those who wish to join with us on that night for devotion, feel free. And those who wish to join with us at the Visarjan at Flower Pot, feel free to bring your Devi Dar, your milk, and of course your coconuts to offer. On that day, we'll also be offering the coconut water upon the Murti for prosperity and purity, and so forth. Grasp that opportunity to worship Until tomorrow, Jai Sitaram and Devi Ma blessings. At this time, I know Jennifer Chi and other members of the group will lead us in a little bhajan, whilst those who didn't yet get the opportunity to join in your puja, your offerings can do so at this time. Jai Sitaram. One announcement. So I forgot one announcement as well. On Sunday evening, when we'll be having our puja after the satsang closes at 9. From 10, of course, as I've mentioned, devotion continues. And at that time, we'll be performing Murti Puja to all of the Murtis in the temple. So if there's anyone who wishes to perform a Murti Puja to any of the particular Devis and Devatas, you can let me know as soon as possible. Some is already booked. We still have some of the Devatas and Devis available. You can, of course, talk to me and we will make the necessary arrangements for that puja and that worship to be done. Jai Sitaram.
Ho Jai Jai Sangani Kapoor, Ho Jai Jai Sangani Kapoor, Ho Di Baba.